Hi everyone, I wanted to share my newest little tin survival kit build here. I built the Altoids tin in the past on a different video. And I built an Altoids Smalls kit, but I wanted something that was between these two sizes. So I find this size is a little bulky to be, everyday carry. And then this is almost too small. This is not more comfortable to carry, but like I said, it's too small to carry a lot of useful items. And these tins have these hinge holes, and it'd be hard to waterproof this. What I wanted to do, put tape around this perimeter outside the tin. But before I did that, I found these snus tins. Camel makes these Velo, a lot of different, just like Grizzly makes them. There's a bunch of different companies that sell, but they're all the same tin. But these don't have that ridge that runs along the outside, and they don't have the hinge holes. Very smooth outside, and if you were to tape this shut, you could easily just use your thumbnail and cut it, or a knife or anything, and pop it open. But you could make this 100% waterproof a lot easier than you could these two. I'll show you the size. It's almost perfectly in the middle between an Altoids tin and an Altoids Smalls tin. So I wanted to build this kit and do a video on it. So I got the outside, I have the reflector, white reflector, and then on the back I have red. Idea behind that, if your car breaks down or whatever situation, you want to be seen at night, you could flash that, and I have the red, so that's why I went with that. Pop this open. These do have a seal to keep the tobacco inside fresh. I don't know how watertight that is. I am going to do I'm going to do a test and see how tight these are, but they do have like a rubber seal all the way around. But right off the bat, I think this is a better size of tin, perfect size of tin, and sealed better than the Altoids. I have here, start with this, I guess, the 2-inch glow stick. This is made by Phil, and it comes with this little soft rubber ring that's supposed to hold it onto your fishing line. But I find that you could use this is what it is here. It's this little rubber thing. Anyway, you break this, and you slide that in there, and you can hook it. You can hook it to a line or whatever. I figured you could hook it to a paper clip. Hang this up in a tree. With this on here, you could hold it in your mouth. Bite that little rubber thing, and you could hold it in your mouth. Then you could use, both your hands free. Then this is the little rubber that goes with these other 3/4 inch. They're 3/4 inches long, and they're like just tiny diameter glow sticks. But even these little 3/4 inch glow sticks, you could easily read a map with the light from these. I'm going to do a test and see how long, how much light and how long this lasts. But these little 3/4 inch ones in a pitch dark room, easily, you can navigate around a room, no problem with these. But there's three 3/4 inch glow sticks, one 2-inch glow stick. And here is a 15-second, 20-second burn match. So, windproof, supposed to be waterproof match, sealed in a straw. What I did, and I like this straw because you can see what's in it. It's just a red straw. Some of them other straws, you can't see what's in them. But this, I didn't label what this is because obviously you can see it's a match. Caffeine tablets, and I did label that. I like to label any pills I have in a kit. I'd like to put what they are on it. there's no confusion, but it's 100 milligram caffeine tablets. No dose. Then I have a 10 paper matches, just a book of matches cut up, and I find these little tubes. They come with ice fishing jigs. Come in these. If you're at the right bait shop, awesome little tubes. They're clear. You can see what's in them. They're sealed. They have a little cap, and then I go and I put this tape on the end. Then that'll be 100% waterproof. And just have a little tab so it's ready to go. You just hit that tab and peel your tape off, and you have your matches inside. And then I took the striker and I just slid it inside a piece of straw paper sheathing, and then that way there's no way that it could rub on the match and start a fire, obviously. But there's that. But 10 matches and the striker fit perfectly in these little tubes. This is a X-Acto knife, just a normal X-Acto knife. The handle is about this much longer, and I cut about 3/4 of an inch off, ground it nice and smooth, and kind of modified it a little bit. It has this little notch here, and I figured, well, perfect little place for an O-ring. You could run a piece of fishing line or something under here, hold it. A little O-ring might be useful for something, but it fits on there just perfect. And then drilled 2 holes in the handle. Wrapped this with this is tip-up ice fishing jigging line. It's like rope. It's like braided rope, and it's not cotton. It's nylon. So it's nice if you do use it. If you burn the end, it doesn't fray. But really, really strong stuff. But what I did with this, when I say modify it, I took this collet, drilled a small hole in the end, because when you tighten this handle, an X-Acto knife, all that does is it squeezes these 2 halves together. Just friction fits that blade in there. But the blade could fall out if this collet becomes loose or whatever. So what I did is drill with the hole drilled all the way through this, and then I put the cotter pin. There's no way this blade's coming out. And then I had to buy these extra off internet. They didn't come with this. The X-Acto knife comes with just a straight blade, but I wanted something more of a traditional blade shape. So these number 10s X-Acto blades, and I'll show you the hole that's inside there. But this, I just used a straw for a sheath. Works perfect, so you don't cut your fingers when you're digging around in the kit. But there's that hole. Lines up perfectly. And then this, I wanted something that was super cheap. This is like $3.77, and it's got the red handle. If you drop it in the snow or something, you can find it. It's bright, very shiny. Other X-Acto knives have different colors. Most of them are just like aluminum color, like this silver. But I found this red one. I like that color. That's that. And my hand's quite large, and I can get a good grip. I can get all 4 fingers on this, and it's obviously razor sharp. And I have a extra blade. Oops. Extra X-Acto blades. Same thing, number 10, sealed in a straw. I should probably label what this is. I didn't label that on there. Probably write what it is. I have a cotter pin. I like these. You can bend them. They're soft. A nail, pretty much has one purpose. It's a nail. I mean, this thing, you could use it like a nail. Pound this into whatever. I did not sharpen it. I forgot to do that. I will sharpen this though. Put a nice point on there. But you can bend these into all different shapes. Tie a string, you can make like a little grappling hook you could throw out and grab something or whatever. But I think for the size and the room they take up in a kit, I think a cotter pin, between the two, a cotter pin and a nail, a cotter pin's a better way to go. piece of spark plug porcelain. And I guess the idea behind this, you know, if you had to break into a car, spark plug porcelain will knock out a tempered glass side window of a car, just blow it right out. But instead of trying to hit it with a rock or something, side windows of cars are quite hard to break. But here's a 500 milligram Tylenol. I just put TY and 500. This is rapid release. Here I have a 1 large, that's a pretty good sized fish hook. And then I have, I'm not going to open it because I'll have string everywhere, but cotter pin is tied, another cotter pin tied to the end of the string. And then I have, this is a very strong magnet. It was I was at Harbor Freight and they had like a magnetic pickup. Now I just took it apart. It was like maybe $3.50 for the magnetic pickup. But perfect size magnet, very strong. Pick up a pair of pliers, no problem. Probably pick up a small hammer even with this thing. And then I have a small snap swivel. You can see it. There's the end. It fits perfectly around this little, you know, the shape of this neck of this. It clips on there perfectly, and you could just unclip it and clip that fish hook on there, or whatever else you want the hook on there. And I keep it in a bag so it doesn't get tangled up in everything else. Then I have, if I can get it out here, this is Write in the Rain paper. You can write on this even when it's wet. And then I have a piece of HVAC, aluminum HVAC tape. Stuff is super sticky. It's reflective, very shiny. You can tear it pretty easy. And you can, it's like tin foil. You can kind of bend it, shape it better than normal tape. I have a piece of that in there. It's kind of hard to get out. That's the only thing with this tin. It's kind of has this ridge because that's where it hooks together. The two halves hook together. But there's that at the bottom. But that's everything I have in this kit. I kept this one a little more down to pretty much 3 things. You know, you don't have the ability to cut things except with your teeth, and that's really hard on your teeth. So the ability to cut, you know, is one big thing. No matter who you are, where you're from, there's no way you can start fire. I mean, so the ability to start a fire is number 2. In the city, starting a fire, the capability to start a fire is probably not that big of a deal. But this is kind of like a everything, you know, all around, just everyday carry kit. And then nobody can see in the dark, obviously. So the ability to see in the dark, I think, is just the 3 big important things. But there's the kit. Hope you enjoyed.